Hey guys, this is Harry and Ralph from Super Fun Game Review Podcast Go.
We are a video game podcast that releases content every Sunday, alternating between full game reviews and general gaming conversation.
Our reviews include in-depth analysis on plot, audio, graphics, and gameplay, and we throw in little-known facts on the game development. We provide uncomfortable sexual tension, harassment towards each other while being analytical about the game of the week, and endless, poorly executed impersonations.
Find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Super Fun Game Review Podcast Go, where sensitivity is a foreign concept.
This is the Nerdy Things Podcast. This podcast contains strong language, adult themes, and poorly developed ideas. We apologize for nothing. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 53 of the Nerdy Things Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kevin. I am joined, as always, by Jules. Hey, Jules.
Heyo.
And by Tim. What's going on, Tim?
Not much, Kev. What's going on with you?
Not much. Just trying to stay active. Had a couple of good days at work.
We're back. We're Kevin is at his computer. Does
Yes.
everything work?
Everyone
the
can see my
soundboard work?
wife's side of the room
The
again.
fire's been put out.
Yes.
Yes.
Throw me
everything
a-
else is here.
Throw me a John Cena if you got it. Yes.
Yes, the soundboard does work. Everything's
Cool.
here.
And I should sound better. And I'm sorry about last week because I sounded like shit. And I listened back and I felt really bad because I sounded like shit. So hopefully I sound better. Watch, it doesn't sound good, but no, it should sound good.
The problem
I
is
reached a
Jules
point
didn't
to say-
sound bad. It's just that his computer made robot noises over all of us when we talked.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So
and I decided last week with all the things going on, I just didn't have the time to edit it all. So
For sure.
I'm sorry.
But we're starting year 2 off great.
Right. So, guys, it's Valentine's Day.
Yes,
It is. Well, it's not.
We're
But
recording on Valentine's Day. So
you
happy
go.
Valentine's Day to us and everybody else in the past.
Don't tell me it's not Valentine's Day. It might not be for these people listening, but we're in the present.
We are.
We talked
live in
about
the
time travel last week. We don't want to get into time travel. Right now, it's the present, here and now. It is Valentine's Day. I had to wake up this morning because I work all day Monday, all day Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I had to get up this morning to go pick up the flowers, and I made heart-shaped pancakes. Well, round ones for me.
Oh, is that what you're eating?
Yeah, heart-shaped ones for my
Okay.
wife. So I'm going to let these guys talk for a minute or two, and I'm going to mute myself and chomp on these pancakes.
All right. So YouTubers, you can see if you want to see Tim eat his pancakes. Oh, that's a big mouthful for all you audio listeners. You missed that
Got a
out.
big mouth.
But nerdythingspod.com, you can find all our stuff there. But this week, I definitely wanted to touch on all the new stuff that's happening. You already know where to find us on social media at nerdythingspod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. nerdythingspod.com. Email us nerdythingspod@gmail.com. All of that. But some cool stuff, you can find us on Spotify now. We are officially on Spotify. You can follow us. Just look up Nerdy, and that will be the first one to pop up. Nerdy Things Podcast. You can find us, whatever. We'll look in the podcast section, and we'll be there. And now we're on everything. You can tell your device that's a female orientation. You could tell her, I'm not going to say her name. You could tell her to go to any pod and listen to us. You can do that. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Tell all your friends. We're pretty much everywhere now. So that's cool. So go tell them to listen to us. Something cool that we did change as well was our Patreon. So we do have a Patreon. You can find that on nerdythingspod.com as well. And we changed some of the rewards and some of the reward system and some of the stuff you're going to get. So we definitely
What did
wanted
we
to touch
change
on
it to,
this.
Jules?
We changed it to, you get a lot more stuff. You get some more, you get some abilities and all that stuff. So I'm going to just read off some of the reward stuff starting year 2. And if you want to join our Patreon, that'll be cool. If you don't, we're not making you, but it'll be nice, and you get some extra stuff as well. So for the $1 tier, you get 100 XP, you get 100 experience points, and you get access to the audio podcast a day earlier than everyone else, and you get the access to exclusive patron feed for bloopers, extra content, and early access videos. So something cool that we do is Kevin edits the podcast. We record it a day early, and he puts it up right away for all our patrons, and then the next Thursday, or the next day, Thursday, for everybody else. So you would be able to get it a little bit early, and you get videos, bloopers, all that stuff on our Patreon feed. I just posted my Black Panther spoiler-free review because I saw it a little early. I posted that on Patreon before I posted that to my YouTube channel. So we do stuff like that all the time, bloopers and all that cool stuff. It's a pretty good deal because it's only $1. What? $1 a month. So $2 a month, you get 200 XP, and you get a new ability, which is suggestion. So you get all the previous tier perks, access to the Patreon feed, all that, and then you get the ability to suggest a topic for one or all of the nerdy boys to make content for. We will listen, we will watch, we will play anything you want and talk about it, no matter how much it hurts. So you can suggest something and we'll either make it a topic of the show, or one of us will do it and we'll make a video or audio or something about it. And that's at the $2 tier. Oh, those tacos. This is why I don't eat before the podcast. I forgot. At the $5 a month tier, you get 500 XP, which is really cool. And you get a new ability as well. You get True Sight. So you already have the ability of suggestion. You already have the 200 XP. You get 500 XP. And you get the new ability, True Sight, all the extra stuff. And then you gain the ability to be in the video chat with the Nerdy Boys while they record the podcast live. So you'll be in here with us when we do it live the day before. We'll send you the link, all that stuff. And you acquire the ability to enter the Discord chat that we have just for the $5 a month or more fans and us. You get to talk to us directly. So that's the $5 a month. And then $10 a month, which is something really cool that I guess Kevin could talk a little bit more about. But you get 1,000 XP, and you get a rare cotton shirt. You got a new rare item, and you get all the previous tier perks, abilities, and then you gain the rare item made by the Nerdy Boys themselves. You will receive a shirt that is not available in our merch store and only available to you. Lucky dogs.
That's right. It's handmade by me in whatever design I am feeling at the moment.
So Kevin's going to make you a shirt at the $10 tier. And again, this is a one-time gift to our patrons at this level. If he feels generous and if you want to keep doing the $10, maybe he'll give it to you 2 months in a row. We'll see what happens when we get there. But you'll get a shirt made by Kevin himself, touched by Kevin. And
it's more like whatever raw materials he has kicking around at the moment.
Ooh,
Yes.
Get a bunch of different tie materials and make them into a shirt.
There you go.
Oh.
So that's the $10 a month tier. And at the $20 a month, now we have a $20. You level up with all that XP you've been getting. You level up and you get the Hat of Dapperness, which is a +1 charisma to everything you wear. So you get all previous tier perks, abilities, all the items, the shirt, all the other stuff, and you level up. You acquired an exclusive Nerdy Things podcast Hat of Dapperness that only the Nerdy Boys and a few select others have in their possession. Look at you. You're practically beautiful now. So you get the hat that Tim is wearing on his head right now, and only we have it and some other people have that. But it is exclusive, and it's at the $20 a month tier, and you get +1 charisma. It's super cool, and it's a nice stat hat. So that's that. I mean, we'll do it once. It's a one-time thing, but if you want to keep donating the $20 and you want to keep helping us out, that'd be super cool. But those are the new rewards, and you go check out our Patreon at nerdythingspod.com, and then there's like a little thing. But that's something that we changed going into year 2. And some cool stuff. So I'm kind of excited. And
the only people that have this hat presently are me and Jules and Kevin. And I wear it every week. And my wife has one. And soon...
Oh, she has one? Oh,
yep. And soon, Timothy Zinn of Australia, because he's helping us out with a special top secret project.
Whoa.
What?
Woo.
That's
So, yeah.
amazing.
So yeah, those are our new Patreon tiers. You get experience points, you get abilities, you get items, all that cool stuff because we're nerdy. And yeah, that's just something we wanted to talk about this week.
Cool.
So what happened with you guys this week? Anything fun in the life of the Nerdy Boys?
Well, I watched the new movie on Netflix, How We First Met, with Adam Devine. Decent movie.
How was it?
Adam, did you?
Yeah. It wasn't something where you go into it and you go, I have no idea where this is going. In the first 5 minutes, I turned to my wife and told her exactly how it would end. but it was a lot of fun to watch them get there. So
Okay.
I'm happy. It was a good movie. It was worth watching.
It's on my list. It actually might be a good Valentine's night movie, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was cute. It was a cute love story, like a rom-com, fun romp. Give it a shot.
That's cute.
Cool.
Oh yeah, and if we didn't say that earlier, if you didn't know in the title, we're talking about bromances later on in the main topic. But you know what I've been into this whole fucking week? Olympics and curling and all that stuff. I'm not a sports guy, but it's so good. I don't know why. Curling is my favorite sport.
Curling I'll forgive, but I don't care about the Olympics this time.
I don't care either, except for like the figure skating. I don't know why. Maybe because they use like classical music, and I'm like, I feel it. But like, it's just like, oh, so pretty. And they try and build these storylines, and I'm like, there's no story here. You're just pulling teeth out. But it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
you're pushing teeth.
Pushing teeth in.
You're pushing teeth. Got to push those.
Push them all in. Into mouth. But
so I haven't watched a lot of figure skating in years, but it's been on the background a little bit, through the qualifying and stuff. And I know that I think it's the technical program, they all skate to the same music, if I'm not mistaken. And I've noticed that they're playing Come What May from the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, which one of my favorite movies ever. And I freaking love that song. So I just find myself singing it all day, every time I have that on the background. So
oh God,
that's really cool.
But guys, I need a curling partner. Which one of y'all two will be my little guy with the Swiffer, and I'll let you know. Or if you want to throw the rock, you can just like guide it and then boom, let it go.
I almost went
So
curling
majestic.
probably like 4 Olympics ago. My buddy and I, we were younger, we were like so into curling, and there was a really good curling version on the Olympics video game that year. I think it was probably N64, and they actually spent a lot of time on the curling game specifically. So that was when we played a lot. So we almost like ponied up to go curling. It's expensive.
Yeah, it's like $450 for an hour lesson or something.
Oh.
Well, and you have to rent the equipment because there's very specific equipment you need. So it's not like you could just go and spend $50 for the day to try it out. And you got to spend like $500+ to see if this is something you're actually good at or enjoy or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I have legit priced
spoiler alert, we didn't
last
do it.
week. So
But yeah, I don't have snow, so I figure one of y'all will be good because I don't have like ice.
I'm sure I'd be good at curling. I'm actually fairly confident. That's the kind of game that I'm usually good at. A, I don't fall on ice very easily, and B, when it comes like bowling, golf, things that you can just do by practice, I tend to be very good at. So all I got to do is just get the motion down, and I'm sure I could be good at curling.
Ooh,
But
I just thought of
I'm not in on the investment, I don't think.
a good merch Nerdy Things podcast curling team. I'm gonna make it
oh God,
just so I can wear it.
Sweet.
Nerdy Things podcast curling.
So guys, I got another new set of earbuds this week because I keep returning ones that don't work.
every week you've got a new set.
Like all the time. And I had given up because I had that one set that I've been wearing that like hooks over my ears. It's kind of bulky. They were like the $42, bargain special. And I got 2 of those for Christmas. And they actually were the best functioning earbuds of all the ones that I had tried so far. They maintain connection probably 65 to 70% of the time, which, believe it or not, is a win. And they sounded okay. But I read last month about the Kickstarter that Zolo, which is the audio division of Anchor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they did a Kickstarter for their earbuds over the last year, and they had released the 2 versions, the Zolo and the Zolo Plus. The Zolo Plus is 5.0 Bluetooth 5.0. So it's supposed to decrease latency. You can connect to multiple devices at one time. There's kind of like the Apple Watch Series 3, the antenna is built into the entire casing of the thing. So I'm like, all right, this all sounds good. I'll wait for that to come out. Ordered them when they first came out on Amazon. Wait for the full review because I've been burned before, but so far, these are incredible. They actually work. Like I take them out of the case, they connect to my device, and then they stay connected, believe it or not. Like I've been wearing them on my car ride to work because they actually have a function called transparency where it turns on the mic and you can hear what's happening from the outside.
What?
And so I've had them on in my car. I've unplugged the phone from the charger multiple times to just see how that messes with it. I've actually paused them turned on the radio, listened to the radio for 15 minutes, gone back to them. The connection is still there instantaneously. So far, I'm cautiously optimistic that Anchor and Zolo has actually produced a good earbud that actually sounds really good too. I'm very excited about it.
Not sponsored, but if you want to throw some sponsorship money, that's cool. Zolo,
Yeah,
Anchor.
unlikely.
Tim likes it. But find out next week if Tim enjoys these. There you go. Show up to our YouTube viewers. Anyways, let's go to nerdy news.
Nerdy news.
At 6 o'clock. All right. So the top of this week's nerdy news, we actually got casting information for the upcoming Greatest American Hero female-led reboot. And it's going to be one of the girls from The New Girl, Hannah Simone.
Yeah.
I had to include here because I know that's one of Tim's favorite TV shows. And I'm excited by this. This is legitimately now the only person on earth I could ever picture playing that role. So I am looking forward to it. Something I didn't know I needed until I heard about it.
I don't know why should I care about this show? In the sea of reboots.
Care about this.
In the sea of
I don't even know what is
coming
it.
back.
So if you haven't seen The Greatest American Hero, it is one of the worst, campiest, most awful and awesome TV shows from my childhood. I grew up on this show. This is about a guy who finds an alien spaceship for some reason and gets a suit and gets superpowers, but only when he doesn't see the color red or something like that. It's like he's the most socially awkward superhero ever. And he's got
Why don't I remember this?
Sidekick. You need to look this up. This is worth watching at least for 5 minutes just to really figure out, like, they had to work in something every week where he would lose his powers. And he did. And he had some new weakness every week, and he had just the worst time at it. So much fun. So awful. So awesome.
All right. Well, that seems a little interesting. I mean, maybe that'll break up the whole superhero, strain that we've been getting, where it's all just super like what Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Deadpool is doing, where it's like super funny and all that stuff. Maybe that'll break it up because we're seeing a whole lot of like action and super craziness, and maybe we'll see some funny campy stuff with Greatest American Hero, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I do not remember that.
Was that really upbeat song, Believe It or Not, I'm walking on air.
I like that song. Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do not remember that, which is weird. But Hannah Simone's awesome. She's super funny in New Girl. She was in another movie. Can't remember the name of it, but she's an Indian American actress. So that's cool. Seeing, we talked about this before, seeing women and minorities getting roles, which they haven't gotten in the past. So that's cool. We like to see that. Always fun. So yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Does it say where it's gonna be at? I feel like this would be a good Netflix show, or probably Hulu, maybe.
It's going to be ABC. So I assume broadcast TV.
It's gonna get canceled.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I give it 7 episodes.
It said it aired on ABC before, but okay, yeah, they'll probably keep that then.
Yeah.
No, the new one is going to be a single camera comedy for ABC.
Okay.
Yeah. 7 episodes.
Oh, well, okay, fine. So you've got Disney's streaming service coming. How many episodes do you give that before people jump ship?
Their game plan is solid. I'll tell we know I've ranted on this before, and I'm not necessarily saying I'm on board for this, because why do we need another streaming service? But if they're going to hook people in, their game plan is solid.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can see there being a need for another streaming service if it's providing actual meaningful content. And you're right. I've seen what they plan with this. They're fast tracking at least 5 new original movies. They're fast tracking at least 5 new original series. Some of them Star Wars, some of them Marvel, some additional things that they've already done, and some new things that they're working on. So I could kind of see this.
They on Twitter, they put out a new picture of like something similar to A Bug's Life. Just give me A Bug's Life 2, throw that on a streaming service, and I'm all in. Just I'm good. I'm good. So they posted a picture of that, and everyone's freaking out about that. They've been I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's mainly going to be geared towards children, and all of like the stuff that's on Netflix that is like Marvel based and rated a little bit higher, like PG-13 or R, is going to stay on there on Netflix.
Yeah.
And this is all sort
maybe
of
maybe on Netflix
for now.
Yeah.
Could be
okay.
bidding will be up, and they could take the Marvel movies. That's still not set in stone, because they've said definitively there will be no R-rated content on there, but they haven't ruled out necessarily PG-13 or PG. So it's still possible that they could pull, depending on how successful it is, they could pull the Marvel movies in there. But it's the Disney Channel of Kevin and I's childhood.
Right.
It's the premium content channel that parents have to pay for, and it's going to deliver the cartoons that you're told you have to watch, the original movies that you're told you have to watch, and all of the exclusive stuff that Disney's going to say you have to make your parents pay $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever this is going to be, to watch this. If you're a child, you have to. You don't have a choice. You have to beg your parents until they buy it.
And then buy the toys that go with that.
Well, of course.
Because,
yeah, that's how it goes.
Of course.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, every time. One thing we won't see on that streaming service, I'm betting, is the upcoming Child's Play TV series that they're working on.
God. Why is there still a cult following for this?
I don't know.
It's great.
I
well, if
guess
you really
people
enjoy
love
it, cool. Whatever.
Because this is going to be a continuation of the series of movies.
Streaming or network? Where's this landing?
You know what? I don't know where
it-
this is actually landing.
Wasn't the last movie that they put out like an exclusively on Netflix thing? I think the last Chucky, whatever.
Not a clue.
It was kind of under the radar unless you actually paid attention to it, but I think it showed up on Netflix first.
I'll say this: if it's a streaming television show, it'll be good. I actually think it'll be good because there's potential for this to be good. But if it's a network TV show, forget about it. It's gonna be awful, terrible, awful. Stay away from it. Don't even poke it with a 10-foot pole.
That'll be wild.
Just run away.
Yeah, to watch it on TV. Jeez, but
Yeah,
no,
be stupid.
I don't know.
I mean, it's from the guys that originally worked on it, so it has some traction. There's some things behind this. The original voice actor, one of the original producers, the original writer, they're on board. Did you know the original was directed by Tom Holland?
The Tom Holland?
I assume so. I assume it's the same Tom Holland.
I mean, there's no.
I assume
there's
it's
no way it
not
couldn't be.
because the little brat from the Spider-Man wasn't even born when the
He's
first
like
one
10.
came out.
Oh,
so-
he wasn't? Oh, that's so
No.
weird. I would have thought
Absolutely
he was.
unless he exists in some sort of like timeless vacuum and
He
only
does,
comes out to
actually.
make movies for a couple times a day, and that's what he ages. He ages like 8-hour shifts every couple of days for a few months. Yeah, no, it's not him. Not him.
No, but he Tom Holland, the director, he did a bunch of different things. Like Fright Night was his first movie that he directed, which was another good movie. So he's done The Langoliers. He's done a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's got a track record.
He has some actual credit to him.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening right now?
What is
so?
Uh-oh.
Yay!
Yes. Hello.
Well,
Oh, hey, look at that.
anyways,
Sorry, distraction.
Yes.
Jules moved. I got all confused.
I moved.
No, your block. Yeah, your block moved.
Oh, my
on screen.
little video blog.
Yeah, I mean, Jules is always moving. He's alive. He's
Jules
an
is
animated.
live. He is.
He's an animated figure.
I wish
No,
I was
I-
animated. I don't know.
Right
what
now
style
on our
it
screen,
was.
we're in little blocks, and Jules' block moved, and it threw me for a loop.
And, you
block
know,
of
it's
the
not
keyboard.
going to matter to anybody but us.
This is geometry talk.
Yeah. So
Um,
another director of horror, Chris Columbus, who did some of the Harry Potter movies, is going to be directing a movie based on Five Nights at Freddy's, the terrifying app that I refuse to play anymore.
This fucking game, man, it fucking scares the shit. I hate scary shit. This game got me. Even the very first one, when it first came out, and it wasn't as intense, and there wasn't as much stuff that was going on. This one, it's ridiculous, and I definitely. Oh wait, wasn't I gonna buy you, Kevin, one of the Freddy Fazbears at one point? I forgot to send that to you. That's what it was.
Well, you know,
Now
it's
I remember
someone's
why.
birthday soon, so
Yeah.
overnight
Dang.
shipping.
Yeah, definitely gotta check that out. But yeah, okay, now I remember that. Yeah, because I was at a GameStop and I was like, "Look, Freddy Fazbear. I fucking hate this guy." And then Kevin was like, "Nope." But yeah, I think done well with Chris Columbus. Hell yeah, I'm down.
My 12-year-old nephew loves Five Nights at Freddy's.
See,
Obsessed
okay,
with him.
I don't get this. Kids love this game.
Love
Kids love
it.
these characters. It's scary.
You didn't like to be scared? Like when you were 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, like isn't that the prime age like where you love to scare the crap out of yourself?
Sure. To go back to Child's Play, the whole Chucky series scared the shit out of me. And what was it? Gremlins. So those two definitely really scared me. But
I think especially as like a young man, that's when you're like testosterone, the San Francisco treat.
Testosterone, like, the new pizza shop.
And you want to like prove like I can take it. But you really just want to scare the crap out of yourself. Like it graduates. It goes from seeing like scary kid stuff like Five Nights at Freddy's to that's when you really want to beg your parents to say, oh, can I go to this rated R movie? Can I go see Scream? Like it was for Kevin and I. You wanted to go see stuff that would scare the crap out of you. So yeah, my 12-year-old nephew is obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. If I tell him they're making a Five Nights at Freddy's thing directed by the same guy that did the first two Harry Potter movies, I fear his head might blow off his neck with excitement and just steam will. It's like, that's for somebody of that age, that's a perfect thing. So
that's pretty funny.
This is dynamite. I actually think this is what a marriage. I love it.
So Boomstick on our Discord, she just said that if you like Five Nights at Freddy's, play Doki Doki Literature Club, and it's free on Steam. And no, because I've been watching some gameplay on that on YouTube, and it's nope. No, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people will like that. And even right now, I'm getting scared for Kevin because behind him, his door is open and there's a darkness back there.
Thanks, Joey. Thanks, I appreciate
that. Let's move on, shall we?
Let's move on to something not so scary, like the Joker.
Another terrifying thing, Joaquin Phoenix.
As the Joker.
And also, he's playing the Joker. So apparently he has agreed to play the Joker in this weird reboots Martin Scorsese thing that we've talked about before. It's going to be directed by Todd Phillips, who did The Hangover. It's going to be set in the 80s. It is not going to feature Jared Leto's Joker, but it's going to be the same Joker or a different Joker, or who cares?
Oh, no. I care very much right now. Is first thing that I care about, is it official? Yeah. Well, Joaquin Phoenix is actually doing it?
I believe he is.
Yeah, they said he is the front runner. He is the guy. They just got to write some papers, dot some I's.
They need the studio to sign off on it, but this is basically a done deal.
But definitely Martin Scorsese is producing it. There's some other people on board with it. And Joaquin Phoenix so far is the guy all set to do it.
Yeah. And what is Todd Phillips doing? Todd Phillips is directing this?
He's going to be
writing it?
He's going to be
Todd Phillips is awesome.
He's going to be directing it. Yeah.
Todd Phillips is responsible for Old School.
Well, part of my problem with this,
and Martin Scorsese is a guy too, you know.
No, I know, but this flips it on his head because Todd Phillips exclusively does comedies. So if this is like some weird like 1980s Joker comedy, yes, please.
But I'm afraid it's going to be a DC movie that has nothing to do with DC, which frankly is every movie at this point.
Who cares?
I'm afraid that it's going to be a weird retelling of a story we already all know that doesn't feature anything we know, that doesn't dovetail with anything else they've done.
Who cares?
Only obfuscates it, but also doesn't feature the Joker until the last 2 minutes.
I doubt that. No, well, it might not feature the Joker. It'll be Joaquin Phoenix as the guy who becomes
weird
the
gangster guy, right? I don't know.
Or some coked out Wall Street guy.
So then just
it's a comedy.
No,
why? Because I want Kevin. Isn't it better at this point that they start to do movies that exist outside of their current continuity? Isn't that almost the best opportunity for us to get a good movie?
Yeah. I just wish they had, just started that from the start and not.
But we can't. You know what? Time travel. We can't go back and do that. So let's make the best of this terrible ham sandwich with week-old ham and no cheese. Okay, let's try and make the best of it. So if they're gonna try and do like this standalone weird comedy Joker prequel directed by Todd Phillips in the style of Old School, where I can see Joaquin Phoenix playing like a coked out Wall Street guy who decides that he wants to end up going against the establishment for some reason and becomes the Joker, that could be funny. And then if we got Jake Gyllenhaal as a young Batman in another separate standalone Batman movie, that would be cool. I don't like you move away from the current continuity. Give me movies that might actually be good, separate from the garbage.
You said prequel. Oh, okay, I guess because it's set in the 80s, but like
just the story
I was almost hoping that it would be like a later on, like super late in the game of Joker, and just kind of see that, because we're still gonna have Margot Robbie as fucking Harley Quinn. So Margot Robbie and Joaquin Phoenix are gonna do a thing together.
No, he's not gonna be in this movie. This is gonna be separate. It's gonna be separate, away from the rest. Separate.
No, what I'm saying is she's still set to do the other movie.
3 countries over from where the current one's happening.
It looks like this is going to be set under a different DC banner, and so that may well be true. But I just wish that they would just stop for a while.
Oh, is it going to be animated? Oh, that'd
give
be
it
cool.
Some different stuff.
Joaquin Phoenix voice acting.
Yeah.
Nobody. All right.
No, I'm not.
Oh, Kevin's.
Yeah.
What?
I'm getting a fax, guys. Anybody want?
You're getting a fax.
He's getting a fax, so he's on the phone.
He's on his cell phone getting a fax from the Joker in 1986.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's the only explanation for that. Yeah, fax machine just called my house.
Oh, okay. Are they doing okay?
Yeah, doing fine. I mean, speaking of time travel.
Wait, let me guess.
Technology.
They said something to the effect of ding, ding, ding. Oh, okay.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
I
like that song.
Turns out it was actually Cable from the Deadpool trailer calling me.
Oh, hey.
His techno-organic virus took over too much. He just
see, now we have to leave it in the podcast because you did that. Cool.
Yeah, right. Exactly right.
What a good trailer.
Podcast. It was.
It was good. I loved it.
You know, I love that it showed everything off. I love that it showed Ryan Reynolds' humor again, in the way that they did the green screen arm and the action figures and the cardboard.
The Woody.
He did the whole thing. Yeah,
that was the best. When you get the Deadpool figure with the Woody outfit on, he's like, "Reach for this guy." That was great.
Yeah. Oh God.
The thing that I love that they're doing with these trailers is that they're playing it off as if they're making a movie. But it's not Ryan Reynolds, the actor who's making the movie, playing it from the outside. It's Deadpool, the character who's in the movie, playing the guy on the outside, knowing that they make a movie. It's meta. It's not. I don't know what it is. It's crazy, and I love it. It's awesome.
I mean, Deadpool is so meta. He's such a fourth wall breaker. He talks to the narrator. He talks to the person reading it. There's like 3 different voices in the Deadpool comics, all designated by different word balloon colors and different fonts and everything. It's kind of hilarious to try to read one of his books. But
yeah, I mean, is anyone not hyped for Deadpool? Like, it's ridiculous to not love this character or love where this is going, and to see something that just like reassures you that this is going to be good and this is going to be everything you hope for was really nice. Just to see the trailer, and it's like, oh yeah, Deadpool's making a movie. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited.
Yeah, that was one of the first when I started watching the trailer, I was half paying attention because I was making pancakes, and I was like, I don't need to be sold on this anymore. Why are they continuing to deliver me trailers? Like, they said Deadpool 2 18 months ago, and I was sold. Like, why are they continuing the pitch? But then when I saw Ryan Reynolds playing with action figures, I'm like, what the heck? I love it.
This is great. Yeah,
something I don't know if I'm excited for.
What's that?
The Kitty Pryde film. We're still talking about this, and I still don't know why I should care.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain characters that I just don't think need a spin-off. I mean, I think that there are better female characters if Fox wanted to do a female-led superhero movie. You know, give me a good Storm movie. Give me
Storm.
Like that. Like really, give me
A
Rogue.
Wolverine podcast.
Give me X-23. Give me I could name a million of them, and I just don't. Kitty Pryde is not on that list. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. She just doesn't seem to have the the intrigue that I would want to see in a movie.
If Juno was still playing her, I'd be interested.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
Yeah,
they
well,
can't keep the same actors for everything.
no. And news broke out that we had Brian Michael Bendis. He's going to do some stuff with the Kitty Pryde film, and he's going to make it really good because he's been writing for the last 20 years with Marvel.
And that's fine. He's done a ton with the X-Men. If anyone's going to do it, fine, it's him. I don't know though. I'm not 100% sold on that. What I am 100% sold on, sticking with the X-Men theme, Magneto is going to be in the full-length Kung Fury movie that they're working, which I think is great.
Magneto,
doesn't know,
the character Magneto.
Kung Fury is this like really campy 80s based half-hour movie that like this small group made.
It was so good.
Oh, it was so good. It had time travel and 80s cars and robots and fights and
now
cars at people.
80s cars or 80s future cars?
Yes.
80s cars
Both.
weren't exactly awesome. Well, like some of the sports cars were, but 80s future cars were the best.
Yes.
There has never been any better time period for future cars than the 1980s. That's where
you're not wrong.
But yeah, I don't know if they overused like the motion blur, but like it looked great. It looked beautiful. I'm like, all right, I'm okay with it. They just keep like really good. Fucking, it was awesome. But yeah, I watched it back when it was started out on YouTube, and now it's on Netflix. You can go check out Kung Fury on Netflix. But Michael Fassbender is going to be in the full-length Kung Fury, whatever full-length. I don't know if it's going to be an original story. I don't know if it's going to be just the regular story, quote unquote, fleshed out into over an hour and a half or whatever. I'm cool with it.
I really want it to be Kung Fury. Like when I read it, I just really wanted it to be Kung Fury. I don't know
think
why.
that's on Pornhub or something.
Oh, geez.
I don't think you want that. No.
I don't even know what that is, but they probably don't.
Oh boy. Yeah, the other thing I don't know enough about, and I should by this point, is the Venom movie coming out later this year. We got the first trailer for that. We saw what's his name and the guy. We saw Tom Hardy.
What's his name and the dude?
What's his name?
What's his name and the dude?
Can we get a Kevin
radio station?
Yeah, can we get a Kevin trailer overview of what happened or what we saw?
Sure. Absolutely. So they showed.
Can I just start by saying I don't care, and also to add to that, I don't care.
We'll talk about why you don't care. Give me that.
Fine. I don't. After watching this trailer, I'm not sure why anybody should care, even if you're a big fan of this character, because this is a trailer that does not show Venom. He is the title of this movie, and they do not show Venom. They show Eddie Brock, but not Venom. It shows a guy. It shows a girl. It has a voiceover. It has some goop. There's no Venom, and there's certainly no Spider-Man. So I don't really understand, watching this trailer. There's a bunch of explosions. There's apparently some telekinesis. They try to imply it's from Venom. I don't think anybody who made this movie has ever read a comic book or seen a movie.
Not just a Venom comic book, but
a comic book. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still cautiously optimistic, but hesitantly so.
Sure, but to be contrarian with how we always talk, where it's like trailers give us too much of everything, to give us too much of stuff. How do you feel about them not showing the actual what Venom's gonna look like, his face at all?
I don't need them to show me everything, but show me an outline. Like, show me a dark alley with some bad guys at the end, and have just this silhouette of big bad Venom with tendrils coming off of him, and then cut to black, and I would shit myself. Like, I would love that.
That would have been better. Yeah,
I would pay the movie ticket to see Kevin crap his pants more than I would see the actual Venom movie. I think because I'm contractually obligated by my agreement with Nerdy Things Pod, I know I'm going to see the movie, but I've pretty much decided I barely care about Spider-Man. Why would I care about some spin-off of Spider-Man? Like, I just don't.
Why don't you like Spider-Man, Tim? Hold on.
I don't know.
Gotta get into this.
You know what? I don't have an answer. It's been years now where I'm in, okay, Spider-Man movie. Let's go see Spider-Man. Yeah, that was all right. Let's go see Spider-Man movie. New Spider-Man. Yeah, that was all right. And I've just come to the conclusion, why am I trying to like something? I don't need to try. I've given it 1, 2, 3 Tobey Maguire, 1, 2 tousle-haired guy, and now little bitchy Tom Holland. Like, I don't care. I'm just not that into Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I'm just not that into you.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It's Valentine's Day. No.
Yeah.
Finally, it comes out. Wow.
I pledged my Valentine to Deadpool. Sorry, Spider-Man.
Oh, no.
but I mean, Venom is like a more hardcore Spider-Man. He's got
he is.
all of the strengths. He's got essentially none of the weaknesses. He does have a weakness to fire and some really weird sonic sounds. But other than that, he is known for biting people's heads off in a literal way and not just yelling at them. He is known for killing people, for randomly creating offspring that create murderous beings, and just being from outer space and maybe a race of beings that's weird. His history is a little weird, but
Sure.
he is, I mean, this movie is supposedly based on the Lethal Protector series of Venom, which is a great run where he goes out to San Francisco and just basically sets up shop as an anti-hero.
Sorry.
Wait, shut up,
Sorry.
Tim. Fine. Moving on.
I fell asleep because I don't care. Sorry, guys. I
do
know
we
everybody
know
else cares.
Do we know the rating of this movie? If it's going to be like PG-13 or R? Because if it's R,
It won't be on the Disney streaming service.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it'll be on Netflix.
I don't know for sure. I think it might be R, but
If it's R, I'm cool with that.
yeah. All right. Anybody else have any other news? That's a
No.
All right. We had a couple of birthdays this week. We have the 15th is Matt Groening, the creator of Simpsons.
I always pronounce it groaning. I don't know.
Yeah, you're wrong. The
All right.
16th is Ice-T. 17th, we have Who Should Have Been
Ice-T.
Batman, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We have Dominic Purcell, Michael Bay,
Wow.
Wow.
Michael Jordan. 18th is that crazy guy, John Travolta. 19th.
Everyone was
Benicio
born in
del
February.
Toro.
Jeez.
Yeah. 20th is Charles Barkley and Chelsea Peretti.
Terrible. That birthday is terrible.
And the 21st is Jordan Peele, Alan Rickman, Justin Roiland, and Kelsey Grammer. So
Frasier.
Oh, no. Well, I don't want to bring up Frasier because, sad day.
yeah.
What?
What?
The dad
Tim.
from Frasier died this past
Oh, well, that was like last week and a half, though.
I know, but
Listen,
I still associate Frasier with
Hats
him
off
and
to
the dog.
Martin Crane, father of me, Frasier Crane.
Oh, God.
I'm
All right, well,
listening.
Before we get into the main topic, I just quickly wanted to talk about how this week's episode is brought to you by Superfun Game Review Podcast Go.
Hooray.
And they are giving away a $100 GameStop gift card to one lucky listener that reviews them on iTunes. So head on over there, give them a listen, give them a review. And while you're there, drop us a review as well. All right.
Yeah, guess what? And if you give us a review, know what we're giving away?
Nothing.
A bunch of crap. We give you crap. When you give us a review, we just give you crap.
We
give us a
rate you.
review. Yeah, we
review
rate you and usually just like trash on you a little bit. It's fun.
Oh, boy.
Well, hold on.
It's something you want to be a part of. Trust me.
I'm reviewing them right now. Jules from the Nerdy Things podcast.
Golly. So anyway, it's time for the main topic. And this week, the topic, because of Valentine's Day, is going to be bromances. That is right. We are going to go through pop culture and pull out the best romances that we can find. And we're going to miss a million of them, but we're going to talk about some of our favorites. So with that in mind, please reach out to us. Give us your answers. Yell at us for being wrong. Point out why we're wrong, or maybe be nice and tell us why we're right.
They're mostly in comedies. Am I right about this? Like, if you think bromances, don't most of the ones that pop into your head, aren't they from comedies?
Almost all, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to like get into like some not so like, because we all know what bromances are. We know like it's.
Jules, why don't you tell us what's a bromance?
Define a bromance, Jules.
I'm gonna pull up. Okay, a bromance is a close but non-sexual relationship between two or more men. It is an exceptionally tight, affectional, homosocial male bonding relationship exceeding that of a usual friendship. So it's a little bit more than friendship. It's like platonic, really good friendship, not a romance. But like people are like, are they together? Are they a thing? But
have you ever had a bronificant other, Jules?
Oh, whoa, never heard that one before.
Wow,
and I'm the millennial.
Awesome. I genuinely love that term. That is fantastic.
Yeah, actually, shout out to Pony, my best friend since I've known him since middle school, and I think I'm actually standing in his wedding next month because
hey, look at that.
Same woman since I've known him. And it's wild. But I've had a few really good friends and some in college and stuff like that, and they're kind of are they a nah, it's whatever. But I kind of wanted to start off with one of my favorite ones because I saw the Deadpool trailer. Would y'all consider Woody and Buzz to have a bromance? Let's discuss this because like it starts off like they kind of hate each other. What's going on? But is that on your list? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Woody and Buzz, that's one of my favorites, and I really enjoy their interaction.
See, I like that one, Jules. That's a good choice because especially, it's Valentine's Day. People think of rom-coms. One of the stereotypical plots of a rom-com is the two people that hate each other, and then all of a sudden they hate each other so much that they fall in love. And that is the bromance version of that. Two arch rivals that hate each other so much that they fall in love, even though they hate each other. One of my favorite rom-com comedy plots is the two people that just hate each other to love.
Mm-hmm. Or they hate like they say something sly or snarky, and then they look away, and then like their eyes kind of look back at each other, and they're like, "Yeah, we actually kind of like each other." I've just never been part of this dynamic where you just hate the other person. It's very fourth grade. Like I guess maybe I was part of that in like third or fourth grade where you used to pick on the person that you liked because you couldn't show affection. But I've just never been part of this romantic dynamic where you just hate each other so much that you end up liking each other. It's bizarre to me, but it's in all of the great romantic comedies. Great quote, air quotes, big giant air quotes. So yeah, kicking it off with Buzz and Woody because I love those two. Who else?
Kevin, have you ever been part of a bromance?
Yeah, actually.
No, I'm too much of an asshole. Nobody likes me that much.
Well, see, you got to find your equal asshole. Tim. Yeah. Hey, Tim. Yeah. Are y'all bromancical?
Kevin and I, we're getting bromancical. We get there. We get there. Somebody said something about a similar thing at work yesterday. Yeah, so we get there. Sometimes.
Wait, what happened at work? What?
No, nothing. Just somebody made a comment about. It's like, didn't you know that Kevin did this? Aren't you guys supposed to be like best friends? And I was like, yeah, we talking about other stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, we have a life outside of work. We talk about it other than work while at work. It's amazing. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, one bromance, actually, it's a womance, would be like Amy, Bernadette, and Penny from Big Bang Theory, which I know you hate Big Bang Theory, Tim. That's fine.
Yeah, right.
The three of them have a really good relationship in that. So, I don't know, it's nice.
Yeah, I think all the characters on there are super like close together. And you see that a lot in like bigger groups like Friends or like How I Met Your Mother. I know some of the characters in there I was going to name. But like bigger groups of, just people. And whenever you see them for like 5 to 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons, it's like, okay, y'all are like, at times y'all are like really good friends and y'all are.
But if we're talking bromance and we're talking Big Bang Theory, I mean, it is Raj and Howard. I mean,
yes, it is.
So that parallels. So like my best friend, one of my best friends and I, we've been friends since high school, and we were both the type of people that like, we're not big relationship guys, you know, unless we were dating a girl that we thought was going to be serious. We weren't like just in a lot of people, like I find, especially in your teens and 20s, just get into relationships just to be in relationships. And neither of us were ever like that kind of person. And we didn't get married. Each of us separately didn't get married into our 30s. So we like, well, yeah, we did stuff together. Like we went on vacations together. We'd be like Foxwoods for the weekend. We'd go to concerts together. And I like, that's Raj and Howard. You know, those two guys are just like doing all the stuff that you just maybe do with a significant other, but just doing it together and broing out and having a good time with it. So Raj and Howard, for me, definitely relate to that bromance big time.
Yeah, they're really not shy about that.
Yeah, and I love that the people who they end up in relationships with then also have to accept their bromance, because that just can't go away, you know, because it's platonic. It's not like once you're in a different relationship that goes away. So your significant other has to embrace the bromantical relationship that you had previously, because that's a lifelong bond, I think. So.
Oh, yeah.
Going back on what we were talking about earlier about the whole enemies, becoming enemies at first and then going on, Courtney, one of our lovely patrons, she suggested, I'm sorry, I've never seen Yu Yu Hakusho. I know I'm the anime guy, but I haven't seen it. So I don't know how to pronounce their name, so I'm going to try my best. Yusuke and Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, they bickered and fought like an old married couple, but ultimately grew stronger together, both physically and in their friendship. They started out as rivals, but slowly began to respect each other while undergoing trials of the demon realm and eventually became good buds. Although they still give each other shit, which is a nice break of comedy in between the dire situations they find themselves in. So that's another good bromance there that I don't know about. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Have either of you ever watched Psych on USA?
No. Okay.
You told me I need to watch it.
So one of my friends, I asked about romances and bromance movies and stuff, and he mentioned Psych. He said Psych is like it is a bromance show. Like, this is legit. Okay.
That is the story of it. It is a bromance show that just happens to be set in a world where the main character is pretending to be a psychic to solve crimes for the police.
Because he's pretending?
Really good detective.
Oh, you ruined it.
I did. I ruined it. Yeah. Spoiler alert. That's shown in the first 2 minutes of the pilot. So yeah, no, it's really is. They are the cutest couple ever. They bicker, they fight, and they love each other to death. And they are just they're, straight. They have other girlfriends throughout the series, but they just spend so much time together and they know so much about each other and they care so much. They are the reason to watch that show. So definitely give it a shot.
Nice. So Tim, would you consider Harry Potter and Ron Weasley as having a bromance? I don't really see them as, like, not until later on into like the last book. I don't
150%.
The movie
150%. Because what is the definition of like, if you have a significant other that you're committed to, what is the thing that I would give my life for that person? And Ron and Harry proved time and time again that they would give their life for the other person. Like, totally sacrifice.
Time and time again that he would give his life for an extra cupcake in the snack.
Yeah, he would do that.
Well, he's on a borrowed life. He's like a cat. Like, I should have died when I was 5 days old. Dude, this is all bonus time for me.
Here, take my life.
But, yeah, right, pretty much. But Ron, like, in the very first book, he gets on that horse and he sacrifices himself for his friends. And that could extend. Obviously, for him, it does become a romantic thing with Hermione. But
yeah,
Harry, I just think, yeah, absolutely.
I just don't see that Harry is gracious enough or shows enough gratitude towards Ron. Maybe that's why, because he's not like
one-sided bromance. I think Ron loves Harry, and I think that Harry tolerates Ron. And I do.
Wow, I don't get
that's debatable.
See,
I don't know.
I think that Harry would really give his life for Ron. So I'm not taking that away from him. But I think that Harry would give his life for Crookshanks the cat. I think that Harry would give his life for Moaning Myrtle. I think that Harry would give his life for that guy walking down the street outside the school. So I don't think that's a good metric by which to measure this.
Okay.
Well, in that case, maybe in that case it's odd, but I know, I think that Harry appreciates Ron as his first friend. It's his first friend. He will always be loyal to Ron.
But can we agree they are no Troy and Abed from Community?
Well, no, but not many are.
All right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, they never had their own morning talk show.
They did.
True. Oh, God.
Did Troy and Abed, though?
Abed in the morning.
Did they really have a show?
Yes.
I don't think
Of course they did.
Spoiler alert.
Shut up. They did. No, that's actually a really good one. That's an excellent version of that. So what are we calling the female version? I forget, what was the term you came up with?
Womance.
A womance. Okay.
Womance.
Yeah. So Becca and Chloe from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect
Yes.
Womance.
Mm-hmm.
And that has even as the symptom of one of them like potentially wanting it to be more than a womance.
Yes.
So I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So I mentioned Harry Potter because I was looking at like fantasy sort of bromance styles, and I think this one trumps them all. From Lord of the Rings, Frodo and Sam. I think they are.
Well, Mr.
Especially
Frodo,
in the movies.
I do whatever you need me to
Yes.
do, Mr. Frodo. Sam, come with me, Sam. Let's go this journey together, Sam.
That's just perfect. It's like just great. Just that's it. That there's like nothing better than that in the movies.
No.
And they even have the falling out. You know, like the little falling
have
out, but
that,
they come
yeah.
back to each other because ultimately it. Listen, that might not be a bromance.
That
might be a
go
romance.
further. That might
Sure.
Yeah. And I
In a different era, in
you know
a
what? They've
different
taken
time
that
frame.
romance the extra step. You know, I'm in.
Yeah, in a different time frame, that might be more than a bromance. But for what it is, for what it's described to us in that box, we'll give it the ultimate bromance. I like that one.
Another one actually is going to be a trifecta. I don't think Tim has seen Supernatural. Jules, have you ever watched Supernatural, the TV show?
Yeah, I watched some most of the first season, I think.
They're brothers, but Sam and Dean. Sam and Dean, great bromance. Also, Dean and Castiel, great bromance.
Okay, I
Also, Dean and Crowley, great bro. I think it's just Dean. I think Dean is just the ultimate bro, and I think he can match anybody. I think
So I was into Tumblr a while back.
Oh no.
And, I was into it when there was like the whole what was it called? Super Wholock, the whole fandom between Supernatural, Doctor Who, and the Sherlock with Camerdick Cumberbatch, and I've seen so much smut and so many things about these bromances in Supernatural, and like every time I think about it, it's crazy. It's not by choice. It's just all over Tumblr. If you just go on Tumblr, they're gonna show you Dean and everybody.
Well, how can you not? It's Jensen Ackles. I mean,
yeah, it's true.
he's on my list.
He went to, or he's from, no, is he from San Antonio? Or is the
I
other
don't know
one?
where he's from. I don't care if he's not from around Boston. I don't.
All right.
One of the best illustrations of a bromance I can possibly think of, because this is just two guys truly getting together for the sake of bromance, and that is Pistol Pete and Sydney from I Love You Man.
Yes.
This guy was seeking out a bro
Yes.
For this
bro life partner, a bro nection. He was trying to see all that stuff. They went on bro dates. They went on everything to solidify that relationship. And that movie, if you love a good bromance, I can't think of a better movie.
Awesome. Yes. 100%. Oh God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I called you Joven. Man, that was bad. You call me Pistol Pete, and that was great. And I just come back with Joven. I'm drunk, but I'll do better next time.
As like an actor and the movies that he's been in, this person that I'm about to mention, just start thinking about it, is just like a perfect person in almost all the movies that he kind of is in to be in a bromance with anybody, and I think that's Vince Vaughn, especially
It's
like
Vince
in
Vaughn.
Wedding Crashers, Owen Wilson, and a bunch of other of his movies. He just seems perfect, and he just sets himself up. I don't know if it's just the way he portrays himself, or the way he portrays his characters, or if it's just him, or if it's because he has that dad bod and he seems like super chill. But like Vince Vaughn just seems like, hey, he can be in a bromance with pretty much anybody. So he's the most versatile, romantical person that I'm thinking of right now.
His ultimate bromance partner, I think, also to me is exactly the same way. Owen Wilson. The next words out of my mouth, Jules, were going to be Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn together, because it doesn't matter which movie they're in. They're a great romantic partnership, because either guy on their own can really connect with anybody. And I think what it is with Vince Vaughn's that dude who's like, I'm 7 feet tall. I am a man. But I will show affection in any way that anybody will take it. I'm gonna give everybody a hug, man, woman, child. I'm gonna kiss you on your lips if you're a dude or a woman. I don't care. Like, bringing in for the real thing is one of my most favorite. He uses that in multiple movies. I love that.
And he does it with like the straightest face.
Yeah,
like, just bring it.
There's no flinch. There's no like, I don't care if you're uncomfortable because I'm comfortable. Bring it in for the real thing. And then just that embrace happens. And I love that.
Now I want to go for peak bromance. I want to see either a Sherlock Holmes movie or a Wayne's World reboot with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Vaughn as Wayne, Owen Wilson as God. I could see this. I need to see this. I need this in my life.
Those are tremendous ideas. Those are actually genuinely tremendous ideas.
Or a genuine,
I love that.
Sherlock. That would be great.
But all of those guys that are in those movies, and we did an episode on that, the buddy comedy stuff. But all those guys share that similar kind of like just no inhibitions. Will Ferrell, same idea. Just a guy who's just uninhibited in the way he shows affection and shares himself with people. Luke Wilson the same way. It's definitely a Wilson family thing. So those guys, that group, I think that's one of the things I love about their comedy is that I'm that way. I'll give a dude a hug. I don't care, whatever. It's how you show love, man. I'm a hugger, so I just connect with all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy that brand of comedy and that connection. I like that.
Sure. And you mentioned Sherlock. I think the new series of Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, I think they are a really good, I think Sherlock and Holmes, or Sherlock and Watson, they're just meant to be a good bromance together, just those characters, but then these two actors really bring it to life in the new series, and it's really cool. I don't know if we have any Sherlock fans that listen.
So let me give you one. Let me ask you if this is a bromance, because this is an interesting one. Rocky and Apollo Creed. Does that classify by the end? Are they at that point? Because they're rivals to start with, big time.
I think it might get there. Sure.
I've seen it mentioned. That's the only thing. I'm on the fence.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but that wouldn't be my first. Maybe.
Yeah, I've seen it on a couple of lists. I'm like on the fence about it.
I mean, they're no Leslie and Ann from Parks and Rec, but but I definitely give them like a Murtaugh and Riggs, like that.
Ooh, yeah, they're on that level. There you go. On that level of bromance. We're gonna start ranking the bromance.
Exactly. This is. They're no Troy and Abed. They're no Amy and Ann. What's her face there?
They're no Harold and Kumar, that's for sure.
Oh, there you go.
No,
that's another one.
One of the better one-sided bromances. It's kind of two-sided, but if you watch New Girl, Schmidt loves Nick so much more than Nick loves Schmidt. Nick genuinely cares about Schmidt, but he has a tough time, with the whole male-to-male intimacy thing, dad issues and all that kind of stuff. But Schmidt loves Nick, with all his deepness of his heart. It's pretty lovely.
I think that's part of that is that Schmidt has a bigger heart. Schmidt is much closer to his emotions than Nick.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that Nick loves him. I think just Nick doesn't know how to show it.
Absolutely. There's no question that there's a genuine loyalty and affection between Nick and Schmidt, but Schmidt loves Nick. Like it's like Cece and Nick. Like it's real close. There's another example where Cece knows it and she knows she has to embrace this. You can't let that go, you know?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
So one that I've been seeing on lists that I'm not too sure about because it's kind of weird. I'm gonna say some spoilers about Fight Club, but Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, this is technically the same person.
Can you have a bromance with yourself?
Is that
that's a brolomance? That's a solo bromance.
a solo bro man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
That's a brolomance.
Because like, what is
not to be confused with Skolomance, which is a place in World of Warcraft.
I think it's just the ultimate exhibition of
thinking.
narcissism. That's what I think. I just think it is the wildest possible illustration of extreme narcissism.
Yep, that's what I think you're right there.
Because it kept popping up, and I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of this. If you know the story, come on now. Another good one is Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum.
Yes.
I don't think we can go without saying those.
Or Jonah Hill and Michael Cera.
Both of them.
Jonah Hill and Miles Teller.
Yep. Jonah Hill's just a lovable human. Everybody loves him, and he loves everybody.
Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill.
Oh, geez.
Them two. Would they be good together?
I think it would just be a 2-hour hug.
Be too much.
I think it would just, there'd be no plot, no movie. It'd just be a 2-hour embrace.
Because we've already said, Vince Vaughn is the ultimate bro guy, bromantical guy. And then Jonah Hill, he can be paired with anybody as well. And they're both sort of the same because, with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are a little different. But Jonah Hill and Vince Vaughn are kind of more in line together in a movie.
But see, I could see the two of them fighting to be the alpha in the bromance. So that's why the hug would continue for 2 hours. It's because each would try to out-hug the other. And so it would just get awkward by the end.
This is how I see this playing out. The two,
it'll be awkward for
this
us.
is the scene. They get into some fight. There's some disagreement. Jonah Hill walks away. He's walking that direction. Vince Vaughn's just standing there. He goes, "Big fella, bring it. Come on. Bring it in for the real thing. Let's go, big fella. We love each other. We can't let this get between us." And then Jonah Hill's like, "Yeah, man, I love you. I love you." And Vince Vaughn's like, "No, man, I love you the most. You are just the most important thing to me, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your essence and who you are, and I love it." And then Jonah Hill's like, "But you're just so great, and you're just there for me all." And this goes on for 2 hours where they're just trying to top each other's expectation of the other.
The only way it can go.
That's what it is. Yeah, and they're
something to break them up.
Yeah, they're not uncomfortable. We're uncomfortable because we watched it for 2 hours. Right. What are we doing with our lives? But they're like completely fine. They're like, all right, cool, we're done.
I might watch a 2-hour hug between Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill.
I kind of want to see that. Like, I want one of those 10-hour-long YouTube videos where somebody just like edits the video together. And
it just keeps going back and forth between their faces.
Need to find this.
So here's one that I love because it's genuinely real. This bromance exists in film, but in real life, this is a true bromance. Seth Rogen and James Franco. That is the real life Hollywood bromance of real life Hollywood bromances right there. Those guys absolutely adore each other.
Yep, they do.
And you can tell, well, sometimes on screen it's like, they have this chemistry and like they're always in, their whole group of friends is just super great. But them two especially, they do have something that's just like,
my favorite part is I'll be watching an interview with one of them and they're promoting a movie and the other person is not anything to do with that movie and somehow they come up in the interview. Like Seth Rogen's giving an interview for some movie and all of a sudden James Franco comes up as a topic in the interview and he's got no connection to it whatsoever or vice versa. Those guys just love each other and want to talk about each other all the time.
Another two that are like that in real life and you can, you see them in movies all the time together. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Yes.
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, all those movies. It's like, they're just really good friends. They like working with each other, and on screen they have this funny chemistry all the time. And that, that's definitely lends itself to, the kind of movies that they're making. But like, still, you can tell that they enjoy their time together and they have a good time. So those and their characters together are a lot of the time are bromantical.
Oh, they're what leads to those being good movies that they're in.
Sure.
Hands down, every time. Even Paul, even that stupid Paul alien movie, but it works.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I don't think
You didn't see Paul?
I don't think I did. I think I saw like the first 30 minutes of it, and I was like,
yeah, give it a miss.
I was stoked for Paul when it first came out, and yeah, I've seen it a couple times. One time I enjoyed it, one time I did not enjoy it. I don't remember which was first, but
yeah.
So all right, here's one, because again, comedies rule this category. It's almost always comedy or comedic actors, mostly because I think the action guys are a little too gruff to really just, want to love each other. But taking it back, Indiana Jones and Sulla. John Rhys Davies.
Sure.
Dude, first of all, Indy has no problem whatsoever calling in a favor from Sulla after who knows how many years it's been since they've seen each other, because this guy lives in the Middle East and Indy's over here in who knows what state in the U.S. But when he's wherever Sulla is, he needs a favor. Who's he calling? And that guy is there for him at the drop of his hat. That guy will put his children in a room with a psycho with a gun and a bunch of his henchmen to save Indy. Like,
that's wild.
Come on. Yeah, those guys are like tight as tight can be.
Yep.
Long distance bromance. That's real.
No matter what.
Right
That's
there.
how you know. That's how you know when someone will drop everything for you and just go across.
And that predates FaceTime and everything. They were doing this long distance thing, and I guarantee you they weren't pen pals. You tell me Indiana Jones is sitting at home writing a letter to him and mailing it, and where it used to take like 4 years to get from one place to the next. No, they just go 10 years without seeing each other and then pick right up where they left off. I love it. That's fantastic.
Hobbs and Shaw from Fast and the Furious. Reluctant, but solid. I think
solid.
Definitely. You go with Hobbs and Shaw when you've got Brian and Dom?
Yes.
Yeah. Right? That's what I was going to say. I was like,
no. Come on.
Nope. Hobbs and Shaw is much more interesting.
Oh, gosh.
Interesting.
It's it's maybe more interesting, but I don't even know if we can put that in the bromance category yet. Let's wait until we get this movie, which I'm not going to see, and then we'll see. But right now, I mean, Brian and Dominic, come on.
For sure.
No, Brian and Dominic, they're like Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. I really just don't see that being anything worth.
Huh. I forgot about them. All right.
That's a good one too, because they're too stupid to cross the other and to not always unconditionally be there. They're just like, there's really only one person I think that even gets me. So we're in the thick and thin.
Same wavelength, and that's something something in bromances that we see a lot, and a lot of these people that we've already talked about have in common is that sometimes they're just on the same wavelength. They're exactly the same, super similar, and they finish each other's sentences pretty much. They have the same thoughts. Another good one probably would be Timon and Pumbaa from Lion King. They're just like, even though they look so different, they're different species, they're always on the same wavelength. They're always dancing together and having a good time and being very comedic and fun.
Not bad.
I love Indiana. I keep thinking of Indiana Jones because it always makes me laugh in the third movie. Every time I think of that movie and I think of those two, it's at the very end of the movie, he goes, "You keep calling him Junior. What is this Junior?" "Well, his name's Henry Jones Jr. "I thought it was Indiana." "Well, that was what we named the dog." "You are named after the dog?" That cracks me up every time.
Oh,
I love that. Anyway, sorry. A little tangent there, but I love it.
No, it's all great. Who else?
All right.
Who else?
Well, I mildly mentioned Joey and Chandler. We've got that.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Lots of hugs there too.
Yeah,
tons of hugs. That's what we see a lot in bromances. Just a lot of hugs. All the time. It's like, I want to show you that I really care about you, but I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm not.
No,
gonna
it's
kiss
and
you
it's
or
the
anything.
bro hug too. It's like it's
the
pounding on the back.
Yeah.
You know, it's very physical. The bro hug.
I don't know if these two ever got that physical. Michael and Dwight from The Office. I don't know. I mean, that's a bromance brewing. More one-sided than other, but yeah.
Yeah, that's more like a bro worship.
There you go. It's
Dwight
definitely
just-
one-sided.
yeah. He just worships Michael, and I don't think it's reciprocated all that much.
At all.
If at all. I wasn't going
At
to go all
all.
that much, but if at all.
No, but you know, Michael does definitely care about the people in the office, and he does care about Dwight. It's just like 100%, you know, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's not shown at all, and it's like, whatever. Just go get me stuff and go do this and go do that and all that.
What about Larry and Balky from Perfect Strangers?
We must do
might
the
not get
dance of
that
joy.
But I think that's a pretty good one. Or all three of them from Full House, Danny, Joey, and Jesse. I mean, those guys love each other. Then
my goodness.
kids together. That's an ultimate bromance right there.
I'm not sure whether to categorize this as a bromance, a womance, or some third category, or even if it needs categorization like that. The guys from Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies.
Yes.
We're going back to the 80s big time. This is
right.
You opened up that can of worms
segment.
with Perfect Strangers. I hadn't thought about any of these in years.
What about My Two Dads?
Oh no.
My Two Dads.
Oh my
Paul
goodness.
Reiser and the guy with the big earring.
Yeah.
3 Men and a Baby.
Oh, of course. Ted Danson. And yeah, it's a good one.
Yep. Oh boy.
Bosom Buddies. Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
God.
Wow.
Actually, 3 Men and a Baby is one of the things Disney's working on for their streaming. They're rebooting that.
Really? All right. So who's going to play? What are our choices? 3 Men and a Baby.
To play Magnum PI is going to play the Tom Selleck character. No, I don't know.
Miles Teller.
Tom
with
Holland.
the mustache. What did Miles Teller had a mustache in a movie? Oh, it was the boxing movie he did. So, all right, Miles Teller.
Oh, he got buff for that one. He was like kind
Miles
of
Teller's always buff.
Oh well.
Come on, freaking Miles Teller, dude.
Okay.
So we got Miles Teller. Who are the other two? We need a funny man. Who's our funny man?
Oh, let's see. Paul Rudd's too old.
Jonah Hill?
Too old. Jonah Hill. Buff Jonah Hill.
Doesn't have to be buff.
Skinny Jonah Hill.
Yeah, we do skinny Jonah. Okay, we got two.
Holland.
No, not Tom Holland.
Oh, I thought no. Okay.
No, not Tom Holland. Anybody but Tom Holland.
Who's like
Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, he's like 20, right?
Done.
Dave Franco, Miles Teller, Jonah Hill.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm in.
I like that. That's good.
There we go.
Sign us up, Nerdy Things Productions. We got it. Let's get it. Get on it, Netflix.
All right. Do we have any other big bromances, womances, or anything else we need to bring up, or does that pretty much do it for this episode?
I'm sure we're missing a whole lot, but those are some of the great ones.
We're missing a million. So please give us your favorites. Vote.
They're everywhere.
Iron Man and Captain America. I mean, wait, no, sorry.
No, they're on the
Thor
right.
and the Hulk.
Thor and the Hulk. That's a good one.
Yep.
Thor Ragnarok.
God.
But yeah, definitely send us some. What was I going to say there? What the fuck was that?
Tweet us your bromances. Yeah, like let's do this. Let's tweet us, Facebook us, Instagram us. We had a huge week on Instagram, by the way. We had 100 last week. I said we got 900 right during the episode. We got over 1,000 this now, so over 100 new followers in a week. Like, really blew up on Instagram this week. So thank you all for your support. Really appreciate it. It was awesome.
Yeah, you can. Are we done? I think that's it, right? You can reach us on social media at Nerdy Things Pod. That's Nerdy Things Pod. You can send us an email at nerdythingspod@gmail.com. You can visit our website, nerdythingspod.com, for all the latest nerdy news updated daily, and links to our merch for shirts and more. Links to YouTube to watch the podcast episodes. We do these live and we do these on video now for all you audio listeners. And we're on Spotify now. And go tell your friends that was like, yeah, that podcast is kind of cool, but I can't listen to them. Are they on Spotify? I know I told like a ton of friends and they're like, oh, you're on Spotify now? Okay, I'm going to start listening. So like, people are making that excuse. So if we're on Spotify, go tell them to listen to us and leave us a review and all that. Oh, look, Tim got it pulled up right there. And you can tell your Alexa, I'm going to whisper it because I don't want to set yours off, to play us with the app AnyPod. We're on there as well. Just tell her AnyPod, play Nerdy Things Podcast. Tim did it in an episode a while back. It's super simple.
Screw that. If you're listening to us and you're listening to us on a speaker where Alexa can hear us, I want Alexa to start playing us right now. Alexa, tell AnyPod to play Nerdy Things Podcast.
That's wild. We're going to be played twice.
That's weird.
Oh, she started.
All right.
Oh, she did it. But yeah.
Thank you, Alexa, but no.
Our Patreon for extra content like bloopers and early access to our stuff. We already mentioned all the new rewards. Alexa, shut up. Jesus Christ.
Alexa, stop. Done.
Thank you. So we talked about all the new rewards and stuff at the beginning of the episode. Patreon is something that we're going to be doing a lot more of. We're going to be posting more stuff in year 2. And we want you to be a part of it. And Kevin's going to make you a shirt. If you pay high enough a month, we're going to get you a fucking dad hat. It's going to be everything.
Yes.
You got new abilities. You got XP. You got all that cool stuff on our Patreon.
Back in my day, we just called this a baseball hat, but whatever. I don't.
It's a dad hat, guys.
Sure. Yeah, I know.
A baseball hat's different.
Baseball hat. No, it's not. It's a baseball hat. It's got a bill. It's got this top. It's a baseball hat.
All right. Well, we'll discuss what the different kinds of hats are. We're going to discuss if water's wet. We're going to discuss all this stuff in next episode. But before that, you can text us or leave us a voicemail, 978-78-NERDY. That's 978-786-3739. Call us. Text us all your favorite bromances, anything that we missed, all that good stuff. I want to thank Adipsia for the use of his song, Friends Don't Let Friends Go to TGI Fridays. You can hear more of his music at adipsia.bandcamp.com. He released a new album called Imbue.
Imbue.
And I'd like to thank the Bell Curve for the music we used under the main topic.
The Stoic.
All right. See y'all next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Goodbye, friends of the podcast. This week on the Voltron Force.
Oh, God.
The Optimist.